Massachusetts is taking a cue from the World Bank. The Commonwealth just wrapped up a $100 million auction of debt called green bonds. It's the first state to issue such tax-exempt securities to fund environmental projects. Stephen Grossman is the Massachusetts State Treasurer, and he joins us tonight from Boston. Mr. Grossman, welcome to Bottom Line. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
How do the proceeds from green bonds help the environment?
The Commonwealth is doing a variety of environmentally sound projects. The governor laid out an accelerated energy program about 18 months ago, 700 sites around the state, saving 20 to 25% in terms of energy. Goal is to save the state $43 million on an annual basis. So the question is, if you're raising money from the public, why not offer green bonds to investors who are increasingly looking as part of their portfolios that are sustainable or have a green or environmentally sound mandate? Why not offer them bonds that are going to be used for the purpose of investing in and allowing these projects to move forward? So it's matching the investment with the asset in a way that serves the needs of the investor and the Commonwealth. A win-win.
Yeah. Mr. Grossman, seems like a good idea, almost seems like a no-brainer. Why do you suppose it wasn't done earlier?
Well, the World Bank did it. They started doing it in 2008. They've sold about $3 billion of these bonds, and there's a clear definition for different types of projects that you can invest in, ranging from water, rivers, clean water, drinking water, retrofitting buildings. And we thought it was entirely appropriate to go out and test the marketplace. We sold $100 million of bonds. It was oversubscribed by about 30%. We had about 183 orders. About 8 to 10 institutional investors who had never bought our bonds before came in and bought the bonds. So, you know, we try at Massachusetts to be something of a laboratory of experimentation and innovation, and often things that we do here are followed by other states, and I suspect other states will be doing this as well in the very near future.
Did you get any interest from folks who beforehand had not perhaps even been interested in getting involved with bonds in Massachusetts?
Absolutely. We had something on the order of 183 orders, 154, I think, from individual investors. The rest from institutional investors, but no doubt there are investors who have a green or sustainable mandate in their requirements, in their portfolio, who are looking for product, and they found this product. And of course, we are going to fully disclose exactly how we invest the money. It'll be up on our massbondholder.com website on a regular basis, so investors can understand that we're using the money for the purposes that they're intended.
I'm speaking with Stephen Grossman, the Massachusetts State Treasurer. Mr. Grossman, how does the yield on the green bonds compare to bonds in other asset classes?
I think you'd find no difference. I think we got a true interest cost of about 402 for a 20-year bond. That was about the same as we would have gotten otherwise. I mean, our bonds are rated AA+. We have the highest bond rating the state's ever had, AA+, all three rating agencies. So we were pleased with the response. And even in a very tough market, the last 5 or 6 days, needless to say, for investors who know this business well, have seen the markets rather unstable. But we were able to sell the bonds, oversubscribed, and I think you'll see Massachusetts sell them in next fiscal year. I think we'll do more green bonds, and I think other states will follow.
Sir, you speak about that environment. Dallas Fed President Richard Fisher says he sees an end to a 3-decade bull market in bonds, and you have expressed concern about the volatility in the bond market over the past week or so. How might that affect sales of green bonds going forward?
I think green bonds will go the way that other bonds will go. I don't think you'll see any difference, but we were selling $1.1 billion of bonds. That's $1.1 billion. We were able to sell $671 million. The rest of the bond offering will go on a day-to-day basis. So it's an unstable environment, similar to what we had last December. We run into these patches from time to time, but there's no question that interest rates have been headed higher. But the green bonds have a scarcity value. They also are attractive to people who would not otherwise have looked at our bonds. So in that sense, if you're looking for new product to legitimately fund environmentally sound projects, it's a win for the state, a win for the investors, a win for the Commonwealth. It's a win across the board, and I'm very pleased with how the deal went, and look forward to doing it again in the future.
Mr. Grossman, we have about a minute left. Debt from Massachusetts borrowers was the worst performer among the 27 states in S&P's municipal indexes, losing nearly 1/5% through May 30th. That compares with a return of over 0.5% for the overall $3.7 trillion market. How can the state turn things around?
I think that's a temporary phenomenon. Remember, the last few deals that we've done have traded through AA+, which is our bond rating, at AAA rates. So we've been very, very well treated by the marketplace for the past few years. There's nothing in the Commonwealth that anybody would look at and be concerned about. We're running $510 million over benchmark in terms of our budget for the year, with a month left to go. And I think we will have an increase in our rainy day fund, or our stabilization fund. It'll end the year well over $1 billion, and we're only one of 4 states that has a rainy day fund at that level. So I'm not concerned at all. Revenues are coming in. We created 105,000 jobs in the last 27 months. Massachusetts is performing in a solid way. I think it's just a temporary phenomenon, and I wouldn't pay any attention to the momentary wiggles. The bottom line is the state is secure, and the Commonwealth is doing well, and the investors have treated our bonds extraordinarily well in the marketplace during the past few years.
Stephen Grossman, he's the Massachusetts State Treasurer, joining us tonight from Boston. Mr. Grossman, thank you so much for your time tonight. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me back. I'm very grateful.
Thank you, sir. Up next.